Hi y'all, this is Regina from Regina's Crafting and More. I recorded the stitch out of these diabetes awareness ribbons, and I don't know what happened to them. They were foobarred really bad. So I'm just going to do a screen stitch out, if you will, and let you see how these stitch out. Excuse me. So with these gray and blue diabetes awareness ribbons, there are 3 styles. This style is the first one. It is a plain diabetes ribbon. It doesn't say type 1 or type 2. I have a type 1 and I have a type 2. So they all stitch out the same. The only difference is the type 1, the last step stitches out, or the next to the last step, maybe, I think it is, stitches out type 1, and on this one it stitches out type 2. So you're going to get all these files. This, and this are the design files. These are just the color charts, okay? Same with here. Design, 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 and same with this one. Design, 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 design. Excuse me. Oh, love having the fall change color. The fall change come in. Really gets my allergies messed up. All right, so let me bring up the type 1, since this has this text on it. I'm going to bring up this one first. So I digitize in palette 11, whoops, which is the same as PE Design 11. So this is your color stops, okay, and this is your design properties, your color chart, if you will. So this is color stop number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let me do a quick stitch out so you can see how these stitch. The first color is going to stitch this part and this part, and then come over and do this part and this part. So I'm gonna do it kind of at a slower speed so you can see what it does. And it should travel down and so you'll have a thread cut up where it started, and then you're going to have a thread cut where it stops after it does the satin stitching around the edges on this one. And then it's going to jump over here and do the other earring. I'm going to speed that up just a little bit more. Okay. And then it's going to do, it's going to do the loop. But before it does the loop, you want to make sure every time you change thread colors, your bobbin and your top thread, that you trim your tails on the back before you start the next color. So you would trim the tails for this part, put in whatever color you decide you want to do the loop. The reason I separate the loop every time is in case you want to do a silver to match your hardware, or gold to match your hardware. It's up to you. Or if you want to do the color that touches the loop, in this case it's the blue, I believe, then you would put in your blue bobbin and your blue top thread. So it will stop, it'll stitch it, both loops, and then when it's done, you want to trim the tails, take it off, trim the tails, change your bobbin and your top thread, and then go to color stop number 3 and stitch color stop number 3. So in this case, I would have stitched this loop the same color as the top of my ribbon right here. Okay. So it'll do this side, and then it's going to go over and do this side, and then you would take it off, trim the tails, and set it aside. And if you're doing the the gift tab separately, or doing another pair of earrings or whatever, set it aside until you're ready to wash out the water-soluble stabilizer. And if I didn't say it before, always use 2 layers of water-soluble stabilizer. Use either the shelf liner method or the T-pin method to secure your water-soluble stabilizer. And there is a video on my YouTube channel that shows and explains the different methods, the shelf liner method and the T-pin method. Okay, so then it would finish this ribbon, and you would take it off and trim the tails from the blue section of the ribbon. Okay, so then it's going to do type 1. Okay, so you would have already trimmed your tails, and then you're going to trim your tails on the text, put in your red, and then when that's finished, trim the tails, and then you're done. All right, so that's the 1 pair. And you'll have this design, which has 2 pairs, and then you'll have the set if you just want to stitch out the whole set. So this is just the gift tag, and it stitches just like the earrings do, because I start with the gift tag. All right, so I'm going to speed this up so that you can see that it stitches exactly like the earrings. It's just a larger version. And the type 2, whenever it does the text, it'll stitch out type 2. Okay, so that's the gift tag. Alright, so the only difference between this and the type 2 is this right here says 2 instead of 1. Alright, so that is that pair, and then here's your type 2. Once again, I'll open up this one. So when it stitches the set, it's going to stitch just like the earrings did. It'll stitch the gray here and here, and then it'll come down and stitch this gray, and then it'll stitch the loop, and then this loop, and then it'll stitch the blue, and then this blue, and etc., etc., etc. And then it's going to come over and do this. Whatever you do, please don't color sort this to try to stitch all of this at the same time, because the pull from stitching these could get your design off. So stitch exactly like the sequence is right here. So I'm going to let this go real fast so you can see. It does just like it did with the earrings. Stitches those sections, goes and stitches the loop, then it stitches the blue on both earrings, then it'll stitch the text, and then it'll stitch the drop of blood. Then it goes over and does the gift tag. So just let it stitch out the way that it is set up to stitch. If you color sort it and try to do all the gray and then all the blue, then all the text, if it's off, it's because of the pull and there wasn't any compensation. Well, there is compensation in the design, but it was designed so that it does not pull against the earrings or the gift tag. So, all right, so that is the set on that one. And like I said, let's see. Then the plain one stitches out exactly the same. It just does not have the text. So I guess that is it. I'm going to open this up so you can see this one. And you'll get all 3 versions in one zip file, and it'll have a folder for this one, a folder for the type 1, and a folder for the type 2. So I hope you enjoy these, and I'd love to see your comments on the design and how well they were reviewed by whoever you get them from. And if you haven't joined my Facebook group, it's Carry On the Stitching, all one word, capital C, a capital T, and a capital S, and there will be a link in this video for that. Thanks for watching. Enjoy.